Season 2, Chapter 1, Bahrain Grand Prix. Last season, Malachi Wilson wasn't as harshly judged since he was a rookie, but as the world watches on for the start of the 2023 season, he knew he has to get his head in the game this year, despite an underperforming car in testing. A shabby start to the season opener puts him out of the points and gives him a lot of work to do.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Perez, Norris, Giovinazzi, Fernando Alonso, and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Wilson, George Russell, and Island, Ricciardo, Latifi, Lance Stroll, and Guan Yu Zhou, Tsunoda, and Mick Schumacher. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So here we go then, first race of the season and a second season with AlphaTauri. Welcome along everybody, welcome to the start of the second season of the F1 Prodigy story series. Getting going with the first race of the season of the Bahrain Grand Prix for our, like I said, our second year with AlphaTauri. But a bit of a slow start to the race, currently running down P13, which is going to change into the moment as the rest of the pack heads by us. We're going to fall down quite a few places here. We've got serious work to do in order to potentially score any points in this race. I doubt we will at this stage in the game, but we've got our objective in front of us, which should come through in just a moment. And here we go. Our objective for this one is to finish ahead of both the Aston Martin drivers who are in that pack that passed us as we were exiting the pit lane. So we've got some serious work to do here. Our first target here, the Alfa Romeo of Guan Yu Zhou, who's also starting his second full season as a Formula One driver with Alfa Romeo here in 2023. We're going to try and get a good run at him down this straight going to the last corner. We've got a decent toe now to pull out to the right hand side. Try to go to the inside. There we go. Very good move there. Great one to start off the episode, and that puts us up into P17. We've still got serious work to do there, but we've got DRS on the exit, so we'll try and get away from him if we can. He still runs there just side by side with us. We've just got the edge of him as he heads down the main straight. He falls away now as we move back over to try and move over back into the left hand side. And we've got a huge message here on the top of our screen. Max Verstappen, the reigning world champion, out of the race just like that. A mechanical failure impaling the Red Bull and bringing it to an early end in this Grand Prix. That's very unfortunate as we go by the reigning world champion Max Verstappen here. He's out of the race. Very unfortunate for him, but that puts us up another place, and that puts us up into P16, so positive for us. Not so great for the Dutchman, but we're going to continue on here. We've pulled away from Joe a decent bit, and now our next target is Nicholas Latifi in the Williams. But we move on to lap 18 now. Here comes Esteban Ocon, who's in the pits. He's making his way out now. They're just about going to beat him out. It's very tight into turn 1. We just managed to get the edge. He was almost on our inside. We've closed in a lot more on Latifi down this next straight. We're the gap around 2 seconds now. We're going to have Ocon as a threat right behind us, and he proves himself to be an immediate threat straight away. Looking to the right hand side, wasting no time and trying to get past us. There he goes, breezing past in that Alpine, but we've still got the inside line into the left hander. That'll get us back through nice and easy. He's on those medium tyres now, so he's going to have faster tyres and better grip than us, so we have to be careful with him running right behind us. Pushing on to lap 19 now, the start of lap 19. We've caught right up to Latifi. He's had a terrible exit out of those first couple of corners. We're going to try and go for a very late audacious dive, very late on the brakes. In we go. Bit of contact there. We touch wheels. We're still just behind him on the inside, but we're about half a car length behind. Now we're a full car length behind. We've still got work to do. I reckon we can get Latifi in these next set of corners. We've got to be careful. Ocon doesn't make a move. He peeks to the outside, thinks better, goes back into line. He pulled to the inside with Latifi, dive through, and that is P14 secure. And you can see Daniel Ricciardo and Callum Ilott just there in front of us. And Ilott is one of our 2 main targets in this race. We've got to try and beat him and Lance Stroll in order for this chapter to be considered a success. Move on to the next one. We're going to pull to the inside of Ricciardo. A bit of contact there. Malachi being very reckless today. Of course, he won't be getting that same kind of treatment he did when he was a rookie. He may get judged a lot more harshly based on these moves he's making. He's got DRS though, so we're going to pull away a bit more. But Ricciardo, Ocon and Latifi will all have the toe as well as the DRS themselves. Down towards turn 1, we're going to defend the inside because Ricciardo's going to have a hard job and Ocon will have an easier task moving inside. We're going to just about hold on to the place there. And going to continue chasing down Callum Ilott, who's making his debut today in Formula 1. His first race with Aston Martin after replacing the retiring Sebastian Vettel, who retired at the end of last season. We've got the DRS on him here as we begin lap number 22. Down the straight we come here, we've got a very good toe. I can probably go for a move. Here comes Ocon to our inside, he may compromise that. Ocon backs out, we go to the inside of Ilott, it comes very close, wheel to wheel, no contact though. We just managed to get away with things there, but we are still currently failing the objective that we have to beat both the Aston Martin drugs. We've got one of them, now we need to get the other one. So Stroll is a full just under 4 seconds up the road, so we've still got work to do here, but Lady Luck has flipped us the sweetest smile here as we move down this next straight. In just a moment you'll see what's about to happen. Ocon looks to the inside, he managed to make his way through, going down towards turn 1, he's our main focus. Here we go now, will we look to the outside? No, Ocon moves outside, we go inside and the yellow flags are out now, and that's Lance Stroll. What's happened to him? Going down and through the next straight, we're going to have DRS from Ocon, but Stroll moves over, and there's a huge bit of smoke come out the back of that Aston Martin, and it does look like the end for Lance Stroll, and that can only be good for us, because that means that our objective is now currently clear, which means all we have to do now is play the defensive game on Ilott, and that will see us through as Stroll retires from the Bahrain Grand Prix. Very, very unfortunate for him there. We've still got to worry about Ocon though, because he's the one thing keeping me and Ilott apart. Down the straight we go, towards the left-hander, Ocon on the inside. He's got the run for the time being, and there he goes through and up into P11, and now Ilott now has free range to try and charge at us. He's just about 0.6 seconds behind. Ocon's still right in front of us. He's our main target. He has no influence on whether we pass the chapter or not. We've got to try and get past him just to have that extra layer of defense in between ourselves and our fellow Brits. So down this next straight we go to try and make a move down the home straight. It definitely would be a stupid idea to go for a move at this point. We're going to have DRS on Ocon. That will be crucial. Here we come now down the main straight where we have enough. Ocon on those medium tyres, no longer pulling away. The gap within half a second as we cross the line, going back down towards turn number 1. Do we have enough to try and go for a move? We'll try and go very late on the brakes, as we always do, to the inside. No contact with Ocon, forcing him slightly widen off his line, but he gave us the space we needed, and we took that space, and that's us up into P11. And we are just outside of the points, but Russell's a good 20 seconds up the road in 10th place, so that will be getting anything from him today. There goes Ocon once again on our inside now as it comes towards the end of lap 24 and the start of lap 25. Ocon on our inside, we're about to hold on there, go way over the curbs, so we're going to lose a lot of time, and Ocon's still right there, and he has the DRS has helped him as well. So we're at a major disadvantage here. He breezes past us on the right hand side. We give him as little space as we can, but he just managed to sneak through. We're going to try and dive to the inside again, going down in towards turn number 1. There's still contact. It's getting very tight, very tense between the two of us here. We were just behind Ocon, so we get DRS. We managed to find a way through anyway, but we've got very squirrely at the last corner. Ocon's still there. Here comes Ilott through the middle. He's not done yet. He wants to try and take P12, and he tries to move to P11 potentially. Ilott gets sandwiched out, and it's just me and Ocon now. Ocon has the edge on the inside, and the Frenchman takes over P11. So we've still got work to do here. We're right behind him, so it's not over yet. If we can try and make a move as quickly as we can, we're going to try and go for a move here. Will we try and make it? Unable to do so. I looked outside for a brief moment, and we banged tyres. So definitely not the best place to go for a move. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, he'll lock up going into this next corner. There we go on the inside. If we can, he does lock up. We're going to try and go for one. There's a lot of contact there, and that is just that's very audacious from Malachi and very, very aggressive. I dare say the stewards have had their say about it. Indeed, they have. That's a warning for us, but I still feel like that's not much. And we've made more contact with Ilott here. What is going on with Wilson today? I know it's been a long winter, but we've still got work to do here. We've got to try and drag this AlphaTauri up as high as we can. So Ilott makes his way through, and we're going to try and go for a move. Unable to do so. We have no space. Ocon's still there behind us, and it's at this point that we get a message from the stewards, and it's telling us we have to give up the position to Esteban Ocon, so we have to do that as quickly as we can, but do it as tactically as we can. He's still there on our inside to make our way to the last corner. We've now got DRS in him. We can try and fight our way back on the outside. Ocon has the faster car. We're still right there with him, and we're just behind, so we'll have DRS going down this home straight, and that could be very crucial. Ocon's still pulling ahead, but there we go. On the left-hand side, we're starting to get that extra speed advantage, and we could try and make a move on Ilott as well. Now wouldn't be the right time. We almost go outside. Bit of contact there. Once again, we shove, well, not really shove Ocon out, but he loses a lot of time. So we're now back behind Ilott, so we've got to get back past him to get our objective back up. 3 more laps to go as we hit the line now to begin lap 27. Ocon's got a better run on us than we have on Ilott going down towards turn 1. Do we have anything? We'll try and look outside because Ilott's too focused on defending from the Alpine. He's given us all the space and all the impotence we need to try and go around the outside. We're still side by side through turn 2, and that is all we need to move up into 11th place once again. Puts us back in front of Violet. Here comes Ocon and the Aston Martin driver. We're going 3 abreast into the corner. Ocon backs out, but only for a moment. He gets back in, but we nudge him and he gets all squirrely out of that corner. We've managed to get just about in front of both cars here, and that will be crucial here very late on in this Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got 2 more laps to go, 1.5 now as we make our way towards the last lap. Here comes Ocon to the inside. He's got a very good run even without the DRS. Great stuff here. Incredible racing. We're going to try and pull back to Ocon's inside if we can. Unable to do so. We were on the inside, but he just had a better run. Better exit off the corner. We've got 1 more lap to try and pass Ocon. We're also keeping Ilott behind us. And here comes Daniel Ricciardo, who's been in the mix for the whole race, but unable to do anything to us 3. Run up front, going in towards turn 1. We're going to dive to the inside at the last possible moment to avoid contact with Ocon. And there we go up into P11, and Ricciardo's managed to pass Ilott now. So that range is getting closer and closer, getting further and further away. Sorry, it looks like we do have things wrapped up as we move around towards beginning sector 3 for the last time. Lewis Hamilton has won the race. He wins the season open here in Bahrain. Try and get that title back to him, try and win title number 9, but Ocon's not finished with us yet. He looks on the inside, but giving him the space, he may just get through here. He throw the hand up in frustration. Malachi clearly angry with whatever Ocon's tried to do there. We've managed to get a good run as he pulled through. There he goes. We've got 1 more corner to try and do anything about it. Ricciardo pulls through inside, but he then chooses to back out. We're going to try and go to the inside of Ocon. No space. We managed to nudge his tyre, force him out of the way, and that is all we need. It's a very aggressive move, but it's paid off here as he fired up the DRS over the line, and that's chapter clear just about. I mean, Malachi very aggressive during that entire race, but it's paid off for him. It's P11, no points on offer for us today, and I feel like this could be a regular occurrence with just having races with no points. AlphaTauri 7th in the R&D race, so we have got some work to do this season. Lewis Hamilton, though, has won the race. Another victory to add to his impressive count. And Mercedes are very pleased with him today as they start to begin their fight back against Red Bull in the Drivers' and the Constructors' World Championships. Now that Verstappen is the world champion, the reigning world champion of 2022, but he retired obviously, so poor start for him. He'll have a lot of work to do to catch over these next few races. But Hamilton wins from Verstappen's teammates Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas in 3rd, Leclerc in 4th, Carlos Sainz in 5th, Lando Norris 6th, Antonio Giovinazzi 7th, Pierre Gasly, our teammate, comes home in 8th. That's 4 points for us this season. Fernando Alonso in 9th, and George Russell in 10th, with us coming home in 11th. So guys, that is the end of the first episode of the Prodigy Season 2. If you're looking forward to the rest of the season, make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hope to get to 800 subscribers as soon as we can. But until then, you guys, that is the end of the video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Despite a somewhat slow start to the race, luck was on Malachi's side and he managed to come home in front of both Aston Martin cars. With AlphaTauri still behind in the development race, results like this might just become regular in this stage of his career.